Guys, so we are in Wollongong, the beautiful city of Wollongong, which is probably it's about 40 minutes south of Sydney. And today we're going to go and see Kail Kilgallen. And Kail runs the business here, a lawn mowing business. What I can gather from what I know about Kail is that I think he specialises just in acreage mowing. I'm actually going to go and pick up a 61-inch Wright stander from him, and we'll be testing that 61-inch Wright stander over the next coming weeks. So we're actually looking for a couple of mowers, stander mowers, to add to our business, which will be so we're getting prepared for that now. We are in April now, and we're coming to the end of our season, so we'll be hitting winter soon. So getting prepared and moving forward for next season. We're looking at purchasing a couple of stander mowers to add on to our fleet. And so yeah, I'm pretty excited to pick up this 61-inch ZK and put it to the test. And I'm also really excited to meet Kail, because go and check him out on Instagram. He's got a he mows some awesome properties. Like, a lot of his properties are on insane slopes or hills. I was talking to him yesterday, and some of his slopes are like 30 degrees. So he does some insane work out here on the on Wollongong. So really looking forward to seeing the man in person. Right, I'll catch you later. See you there. So I talked to Kail on the phone yesterday, right? And he said, as you're coming into the township, you're going to see this temple. He goes, yeah, that's the hill I mow. Check it out. This is what he mows. You're going to come into the picture shortly. It's on you'll see a red roof through the in the distance, and the hill behind it, he mows that. He mows that freaking hill. Holy shit. Why don't we go up there and mow today? Look at that, that's insane. I don't know if you can see it on the, how steep that is on your shot, or on video, but it's bloody steep, eh? So that's, I want to say, that's most definitely 30 degrees. That's what he's mowing with the ZK.
Sweet. My name's Kail. I run a business called Kail's Property Maintenance. I started just under 4 years ago. Started with a push mower in the back of a Ford Falcon ute, so it wasn't too bad. And I've basically progressed to a point where I only want acreage and larger properties. I do cleanups of smaller properties, but it's only if it's enough work for myself for a full day and a worker and stuff like that. I got a 72-inch mower 2 years ago and basically tripled my turnover in that year. And I had been full-time with the business for about 6 months before that point. And yeah, I think it's 2 years at the end of November this year that I've been full-time with the business. So, yeah.
That's awesome, mate. That's an awesome story. So these are the type of stories I like to hear, eh? These guys getting out there and having a go. Yeah. And Kail's done a real good job. I've silently been watching you over social media, on Facebook. I see you on Facebook now and again. And so today was a good day for me, because we came down, we're going to test this mower out, the standard ZK. It's a 61-inch, and we're going to test this mower out in our business. I want to see how they run. And so I was pretty excited to come down and meet Kail and speak to Kail about his business. So it's been awesome, and yeah, I just wish Kail all the best in his awesome business. And
yeah, cheers, appreciate it.
And I know he's going to progress over these coming years and make this to whatever he wants to make it.
I actually like to model my business after people I see in the industry as well, and your work and your quality of work, the type of work, everything like that. It's exactly what I want for my business going forward as well. So you're killing it as well.
Oh, thanks, mate. That's what it's all about, eh?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, because our industry, right? Our industry, it's important that we get. The better we all are as business owners, and how professional we are, and we bring that across to the public, we can all run successful businesses and get paid what we deserve to be paid.
100%.
And people like Kyle that come along and do things like the way he's doing, and people that are running their businesses like really professional, it's a good perception. We put out a good perception for the public to see us and think like these guys run proper businesses, and they're worth what we're paying for, and they put out quality work. So that's always been a goal of mine, and I think there's plenty of other people that do think the same way, so that's great.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And just providing a quality service and reliability, I think they're the two main key things for how I've built my business. Always turn up regardless of the conditions and try and do the best job we can.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate.
Fuel tanks on either side. It just balances everything. The engine goes down with the deck, so it lowers that centre of gravity, keeps the belts nice and flat and straight. And yeah, the 72, you can't see it here, but it's got the dual wheels on it, so that extra width, extra grip, extra stability, everything like that, everything comes into play when you're on the hillsides and stuff like that.
And the 72, does it? Is it all right for the those 2.5 acre blocks?
Yeah. I've actually got a wedding venue that's 5 acres, but we mow like an acre quite regularly with it. But for the last 2 years, I actually haven't had a smaller mower, so all of those smaller blocks I am doing with the 72 because it takes too long.
So it's not too big?
No, definitely not too big. It does take a while to work out how to plan your routes and everything like that. So you are careful. Corners and tight spaces, you've got to be really careful not to tear the turf up, but it's the same as any other machine. Like once you get onto it, you start to work out the little bits and pieces that help you progress and improve the quality of the job, sort of thing. And
so do you find that you have to run a 61 with that 72 because there's spots on the property that you can't get to because of the footprint, like the width?
There is quite a few properties where this is much more suitable, but
if you're running two of them together, but you're pretty safe then.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Do we go to a 72 and a 61? Because at the moment we run 61 and a 52, and I find the 52 is pretty good. But if we take out the because we've got two 52s, if we take out the 61 out of the equation on our acreage run, and we just have two 52s, productivity goes down and the guys can't get through as much work, or it takes them longer. So I'm wondering, what's the best combination? Is it like a 61 and a 52, or this is what I'm trying to figure out, or is it going to be a 72 and a 61?
Well, for pure productivity, the 72 absolutely dominates this one. The wheels, being a wider footprint and everything like that, you don't get any ruts, you don't get any tearing when you're turning corners. So
no ruts. Even if you mow over the same, you're mowing the same pattern.
Maybe over long periods of time, but with the soft soil that we've had for so long, I'm still doing the same patterns and everything like that, and I'm not noticing a noticeable one.
Yeah, right.
One maybe around the outside because it's the exact same every time. I do 2 laps around the outside facing in, then shoot back out. But even then, there's no ruts. So I've taken over quite a few properties in the last 12 months where they've been using a smaller machine, 60-inch, with a single wheel, and there's ruts and it's bumpy as, but over time it kind of levels out because the wheels are just flat. There's no curve at all, so you've got that 12 inches of tyre flat on the ground at all times, plus there's 2 on each side. So it also comes back to the machine weight too. They're only about 550 kilos, so it's lower than almost any other machine of its size. So I don't know of any other 72-inch mower that's 550 kilos.
I don't.
And so I also go quite fast, so I'm not in any place for too long.
Sold.
Yes, honestly,
good man.
I genuinely prefer the 72 over this. Not like this does a very clean, tidy, neat job.
I'm worried about not getting into spaces though. But you'll be safe if you run a smaller mower, right?
But,
2 of them. You need to run 2.
Then, though, like you're dealing with the efficiency and productivity of a machine at all times. So there's only a couple of spaces that I can't do, and we whip a little bit more. But having the dual wheels and everything like that, it's a much less of a imprint. You get through boggy situations much quicker and easier. Like I have gotten it stuck still 3 or 4 times in the last 2 years, but 9 times out of 10 there's much less damage to the soil and the turf just from having that load spread out over the whole mower sort of thing, or the whole wheels. Having these has like greatly grown the business and given me the chance to keep growing. But yeah, I am stuck at a point with staff and just working through those issues, mainly just trying to get consistency.
So the biggest hurdle you'll run into in business once you get going is staff and
and that's what I've found so far. Mechanical issues are easily fixed. You can get backup machines, stuff like that, but staff have all their individual needs and stuff. Some are available some weeks, some days, stuff like that. So that's probably been the biggest issue with me, like the consistency and having someone not every day. I had a couple of staff recently who won't even do like more than an 8-hour day, and it's like as soon as it starts to rain, they start looking around like this, going, rain.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, eh?
Yeah, so like they tend to be good workers when they want to, and sometimes they won't turn up, and they'll just make excuses as to why they can't get there and stuff like that. So,
this is what we're battling, mate. Humans.
Exactly.
It's the human element, and I think when people they want to grow their business and they want to bring on staff, and they think, oh yeah, I'll just go and hire someone and I'll get help and it's going to move me forward, push me forward, and then you find out pretty quickly that there's a human element involved. The thing that I learnt was, look, it's hard to manage people. You need systems in place.
Yeah, sure. And systems in place has been one of my issues. I'm a bit too hairy-going, like I'm not as organised as I need to be, and then that translates into the workers as well. So I haven't like put in those rigid structures for them, and I feel like that's why I'm going to transfer to full-time staff if I can. Because that way they know they got their Monday to Friday. They hopefully will turn up every time and get a bit more structure and like processes in place.
So you're using casuals, eh? So the big thing when you get them on permanently, the thing you're going to find they are an investment to you because you'll train them, and then but when you keep on getting casuals in, you'll find you have to be with them all the time, and you have to almost micromanage. So the biggest one of the other biggest things was for me was to stop micromanaging, and give them a bit of responsibility. But to do that, they need to be sort of full-time casual or something like that, and then. So I had a great chat with Kail. What a great guy, eh? So he's, I'm really excited, I was really excited to meet him today, like Kail, because I like watching other people succeed in their businesses, right? And I could see him on social media and how much, I didn't really know that he was only in business for 4 years, and through social media I could see the type of work he was doing, and like how his business over a short amount of time has progressed. And so I was excited to meet Kail today and have a real good chat with him. So he's a great dude, and I think I'm going to do more of these types of videos and meet other people in our industry. So I think it's quite important for our industry, like we were talking about, that we can all be successful in our businesses, right? And we can, doesn't mean that you're not competitive. There's a good element to being competitive with other businesses. But for our industry as a whole, it is good for all of us to have a certain standard, because if we keep a certain standard in our business, and there's a lot of professional businesses out there that treat themselves like businesses, it's better for our industry as a whole. And like I was saying, that we are perceived by the public just as good as like a tradesman. That's why it was so awesome to speak to Kail and see how he's running his business, and his insight on and his mindset on what business is to him, type of thing. So we didn't get a lot of our conversation on camera, but Kail's set himself goals in his business. He set himself time frames to meet those goals. This is what I sort of can gather. So he's got future goals that he's set himself. So which is good, because the last thing you want to do is be complacent, right? Remember, if you're not growing, you're dying. You know, there is such a thing as maintaining your business, but you still need to grow your business. Does that make sense? Well, figure it out. Maintaining your business, say if you reach, I don't know, let's pull out a number. Say if you reach 500,000 in your business, right? And you said, well, this is how big I want to go. I'm doing good here. I've got good profits. You know, I can, you know, that was my goal, and I'm here now. Well, you still have to maintain that business, and you still have to grow your business. So figure that one out. When you figure that out, if you haven't already figured it out, that's a great insight to either learn or to know about where you are in your business and what you have to do to maintain it. You still have to grow. And I think a lot of people, why they go into business, because they stop growing, they get complacent, they get bored, they think, oh, hey, this is boring, there's not enough money in this, so I'm going to go and do something else. I'm going to go run this business. And then they get to that business, and they give up this business, and they've only been in this business for 2 or 3 years, and they say, oh, there's more money over here, I'll jump over there. And then they go to that business, and they try and do the same thing, right? And they say, oh, there's no money in this either. I'm going to fucking go over here and do this business. And they jump from business to business, and they never really make it. Why don't they really make it? Because they don't stick at something for fucking long enough. That's why they don't make it. So you got to see it through, and you got to be 100% freaking committed to what you're doing, right?